Welcome to my residence hall in Granada. It has a couple of different courtyards, a library, a sports area, lots of greenery, and from this area there's access to a few common rooms, a gym, and a music room. Hi, I'm Natalie Liston. I'm a junior at GW studying International Affairs and Environmental Science, and I'm studying abroad in Granada, Spain this semester. I have a couple of questions here to answer about student housing. So I live in a residence hall. It's a University of Granada residence hall. There's about 11 other American students living here with my program, IES Abroad. The rest are University of Granada students. There's some grad students as well at University of Granada and law students, and they've all been super nice. And it's a good way to meet like local people or other international students who are studying here at meal times and things like that. So GW had a couple of questions about roommates and challenging conversations with roommates, befriending roommates, and things like that. But I actually have a single. I don't have any roommates. No one in my program actually has roommates. Everyone has a single. Some people have like a homestay roommate if they're living with a family, but I'm in a residence hall, so I have a single. But it's not like isolating. I thought it was gonna be isolating, but we have every meal together at a certain meal time. So it's like lunch and dinner only lasts 45 minutes. Everyone's there at the same window. So that's a time where I've gotten to know some of the other students in my program and some of the University of Granada students. What surprised you most about this experience so far? I'll say that one thing that's different from GW is that there are cleaning staff who work for the building that come in here and like change your sheets, change your towels, do a little bit of cleaning, and like take out your trash. It's also, this dorm can be a little noisy because I'm on the first floor, which is kind of like the second floor, and then my window looks out on the street, so you can hear like bikes going by or like people talking and walking. So that took some adjusting because at GW I lived on the 10th floor, so it was pretty quiet besides sirens and things. But yeah, like the privacy / like the expectation of somebody coming into your room when you're not there is kind of something interesting that like we don't really have at GW. That took some slight adjustment. So yeah, it was surprising at first, but it's actually very helpful. Like you don't have to worry about changing your own sheets, and it's really nice. It's like once a week you have new linens. But you do your own laundry. We have a laundry room downstairs, and you just sign up like with the doorman at the front for a time slot to use the laundry room because there's only 2 washers and 1 dryer for the whole building. But there's also laundromats if that like doesn't work for you for some reason. But the laundry here is free, which is amazing. And then some other differences that I've noticed is if you're not going to be at a meal, you're supposed to like let the cooks know ahead of time because they try to prepare just the right amount of food for how many people they're expecting to be there. And also if you have dietary restrictions, they're preparing like something for you that you can eat besides the main meal. One last thing that I wrote down is also there's a few different rules here than in GW dorms. Like you're not allowed to have overnight guests, which is kind of annoying. If you are having a friend come over like and visit the city with you, they'll have to get a hostel. What did I bring versus buy? So I'll show you a picture of what I brought. I brought a large suitcase, medium suitcase, carry-on, and a backpack. I brought a lot of things that I didn't really need to, but I will say that it was nice to have everything with me when I first arrived instead of like being forced immediately to go to the store and look for toiletries and things like that. So I brought almost everything, like shampoo, conditioner. Well, actually I brought those in travel size, and then I bought some new shampoo at the grocery store after I arrived. I brought like my whiteboard calendar actually because I rely on it heavily, and then I brought a couple of Polaroids to hang on the wall, and that's all I brought for decor. because I knew I was gonna buy some of that stuff when I got here. I bought, you know, like postcards, magnets, some plants, and then I made my little paper crane garland. I bought like school notebooks once I got here, textbooks, laundry detergent I bought here. Yeah, I brought most of the stuff I thought I would want, but you can definitely buy toiletries. It just depends on like if you really want a certain brand. I would bring that with you. I also bought some new shoes once I came here. My old ones got really worn out. And I've heard people say that it's hard to find like larger shoe sizes in Spain, and it's not true. You can find, like, I'm tall and I wear like a size 10 women's, and you can find that in the store, in any store. I also bought medicine once I came here. Like, I got a little sick and I bought the equivalent of Sudafed, like an anti-congestion medicine. I just went into the pharmacy and asked for the name of the drug that's in there. How well do the amenities work? So I find that everything works pretty well. The shower has really hot water. It's great. It's consistent. You may have noticed that I only have, I don't know if I've shown the clips, but I only have a shower and sink in my own room. And then we have communal toilets. All that stuff is great. Like, it works fine. I will say that sometimes the Wi-Fi is a little unreliable. When I first got here, it was awful. And then it got fixed and it was perfectly fine for a few weeks. And now it's kind of back to being iffy. But there are like libraries nearby, and my school building has reliable Wi-Fi during the week as well. So when did you find out everything? Was it just on arrival? It basically was just on arrival. I knew which building I was going to be living in, but I didn't know what my room was going to look like, which room I was going to be living in, what my room number was. So I arrived here. I took an Uber from the airport to my building, and two of the doormen that work here were in the front, and they gave me my key and like a sheet of information with like Wi-Fi and hours for the front desk and like sort of building rules, and then helped me move my luggage and brought me to my room. And how did I cope with not knowing? I was kind of tied up in just like the traveling to get here. Like, I just wanted to get here. I wanted to make sure all my stuff arrived, and I just kind of trusted in the fact that things would work out once I got here, because a lot of people have done this before me, and like my program has been going on for a long time, and GW has partnered with them and has been sending people here, so I knew that everything was gonna work out and I wasn't just gonna like have an issue. And so everything worked out fine when I got here. So my experience has been really great so far. The only other thing that surprised me as well was the indoor heating. Like, when I first got here, it was a little colder. Obviously now it's like very nice and I'm letting the air in, but I was cold. Like, the first few days I was so cold. And I have a heater in my room, and it will turn on usually at night. And so that's nice, and it's a small space, so it heats up the space pretty well. But the first few days I just was like, wow, I'm so cold, because it's not heated to the same level as like buildings in the US are heated up to during the winter. But the weather is very mild here, so it's not really like you're shivering and you're freezing in here, but that is one more thing that I noticed. So overall, great experience. Okay, now let's head into the room tour portion. Welcome to my room. When you first come in, there's my closet to the right with a full-length mirror. They provided me with some hangers, and I also brought some of my own. Every room comes with a desk, dresser, bedside table, extra cubby storage, a bed, and a wardrobe. All of the rooms also have a shower and sink, and communal toilets on each floor. The style of the furniture and the layout may vary from room to room. The rooms also have really nice large windows that can open completely or be shuttered. Some look into the courtyard, but mine overlooks the street. I have a couple of cute plants and my paper crane garland to decorate. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful and interesting.